May remember what they told us about Iran back in June last year.
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
And now we're on the verge of a war with Iran, so much to the President of Peace. The operation back then was triggered by an attack of Israel towards Iran because of their nuclear program, violation of agreements, and then they exchanged missiles back and forth. I think we remember that. And then overnight, the US government flew the Operation Midnight Hammer and said the complete nuclear program is destroyed. How much of that actually is true, we don't know, but right now we are on the verge of a war again. And of course, the peace president will have the last word said in that and will rely on some really good advisors on that. Who is, surprise, his son-in-law. That has, surprise, a good relationship with Israel, which also is, surprise, on the board of Peach, where he's also a board member. While top generals are advising not to strike Iran, Sauron makes it clear that he has the last word to say in it. He really needs to have the last word to say in everything on this planet, it seems. Even now, when top generals are saying don't do it, he's like, oh, maybe I'm doing it. This man talks so much about peace, how I talk to my cats to get off the counter. But is he actively doing something towards peace? Because none of the allegedly 8 wars he settled, we actively have seen. Remember what he told us when he took office? He will settle the war, Ukraine-Russia, in 24 hours. These are the longest 24 hours in human history right now. And also we haven't seen any actual plans of how that board of peace will contribute for the Palestinian people in Gaza. In the charter of the Board of Peace, there is Gaza not mentioned one time, and we haven't seen any action towards it right now. Instead, they have meetings and brag about how much money they will pay into it. Also, money from the US taxpayers, without the approval of Congress. But of course, he respects the Constitution like he's always saying. Bullshit, all of it. I'm not an expert in foreign policy. The only thing I understand is that you can't call yourself a president of peace while you're on the verge of a war and you're not doing something against other wars. I wouldn't consider myself a conflict resolver or an ambassador of peace just because I resolved a conflict of my 2 cats about who gets to sit on the pillow. But let's hope for the best and pray that no one steals his milk tomorrow morning.